everybody, so last year you guys wanted me to show what would be my first Storytime video. And you guys chose what's the first job, but it wasn't the first work experience I've had, nor the first work experience I've dealt with. And besides, my very first job happened about 2 years ago, so I decided to push that back a little bit. My very first work experience involves getting paid, but I wouldn't call it a first job since it lasted about a week, approximately. So the very first work experience happened when I was 12 or 13, so I can call it that, right? Yeah, sure. Work, work, work. The one word that keeps you moving, but also the one that can get you stressed at times. But when it comes to experiences with working, it can actually make you happy or just make you tired. Now let's get on with my first work experience. It was winter 2012. And since it was about Christmas time, I wanted to find a way to earn money so I can buy stuff on my own. And when I see new products in store aisles or on television, I don't have to ask my mom constantly, since she gets a little bit tired of that. So instead, I'd rather just get out there and find some work for myself. So I asked my neighbor, as I would like to call her, Miss Hopeful, the awesome one I may know, if she needed any help. She thinks for a bit, trying to figure out if there's any easy position for me, until she actually thought of one. Well, I know one position you can work in, but it's at the backyard and it won't be for the next several months. So I waited for a while, even till winter passes. So by next summer, I finally had the position. I was a bit shocked of how I saw it. And what does it involve? Digging a bunch of dirt for her garden. There was like this big pile right next to her house. Well, at least I thought. Because when I looked at it, I thought to myself, yeah, this ain't gonna be easy for me. And back then, it was at a height range almost to my throat. To me, it kinda translates to a baby hill than anything else. Yeah, I kinda have a weird imagination, but that's for another story. When I first started, it could be a new experience I'm gonna deal with. Yep, this is gonna be harder, alright, I thought to myself. But of course, I thought a bit too quickly. Instead, I wasn't working alone. Wait, what? Yep. Ms. Hopeful was helping out as well. So if she meant an easy position, she meant she needs some more hands. Duh, I should have known. So that Ms. Hopeful and I can be an amazing digging duo. And all I had to do is fill up her new patch with dirt and fill up the holes her dogs dug up. So first off, we did the patch, since it's a bit closer to the dirt pile. And it lasted approximately about 3 days to fill it all the way to the top. On the first day, we were working about 4 hours. And it was about halfway full. This first work experience was easier than I thought it was. But of course, they do come in delays. Of course, when it comes to spring or summer, where I live, it can rain a lot. So when it rains, it'll turn the dirt pile almost into mud, which would be impossible for me and Miss Hopeful to dig up. So at times we just take some day offs until the dirt is back to its original consistency. On day 2 and 3 are just the same things, just filling out the patch to the very top. Okay, mostly the second day. But on the third day, almost half of that day to be honest, we finally filled the patch to the very top. So on the other half of that day, we just continued on and fill up some of the holes inside the dog fence. Now it may seem a little easier, but there are some flaws. The dog fence is about 12 feet away from the dirt pile. And to add that up, inside the fence, there are about 10 holes. To me, some of them look like rabbit holes, but I don't think it's really possible. So on the rest of that week, we just do the best we can. Until Miss Hopeful thought of one idea to speed up the process. She had a couple of wheelbarrows for us, so that one of us can carry some dirt at a time, bring it to one of the holes, and fill up one of the holes to the top. So we just do the process like it's a cycle. But on some of these days, they have really hot flashes. In the Midwest, it can be pretty hot out there, mostly when it becomes summer. Could be sunny and beautiful, but could be stressful to deal with because of the heat, which made us sweat pretty badly. Gee, I wonder where those clouds are. Hey Jimmy, got any nines? Nope, goldfish. So we usually take some breaks one way or another just to cool off. Of course on the 5th day, yes, blazing hot, we were just about an hour in, but then we decided just to take a break just a little bit. But while we were on our break, my little brother and his friend decided to come over to us just to help out. They were pretty bored, so why not? After they asked us and when we were done with our break, we all were together and everything was going faster than it was before. So several minutes later, everything is what Miss Hopeful should expect. The patch is filled to the top, all the holes are covered, but there's still lots of dirt left, even if the pile gone smaller. So Miss Hopeful thinks of something for what to do with the rest of the pile, until she had an idea that popped into her head, in which I do believe because I think I remember Miss Hopeful to have friends that could do gardening, and that is dumping the rest of the pile to the back of her truck and giving it to a friend she knew. So we did just that. My brother, his friend, and I were sat at the back of the truck just to watch over the dirt, just in case it ever slips out. But fortunately it didn't. So we arrived at one of Miss Hopeful's friends, and we arrived there only under a minute. Her friend was happy to see us, and the only thing we did is just to fill up the holes she had in her yard. This only took about like 5 to 10 minutes, but it was done quick and over with. And it also finally ended the work experience. So yeah, it lasted a week, but at least I earned myself some money. And man, that was a lot of dirt. My brother was just a helping hand for the final day. Just for participation. Shout out to him. So yeah, that's my first Storytime video. Sorry it took so long, everyone. There was lots of stuff I've been dealing with last year. Some good things, some bad things, some that I could barely even deal with. But hey, what can I say? There's lots more stories that I want to share with you guys. And in the future, I hope to make just more than Storytime videos, such as music videos or other stuff that involves animating it. So make sure to give this video a like if you like it. And if you want to see more, you can click on the subscribe button below. And I will see you all in the next video.